Do you know how some walks just feel, well, ancient? Like they've been etched into the ground for centuries. Well, that's exactly where we are today. We're starting down next to Roddlesworth Woods, a gorgeous spot. But our goal this morning is that big ridge high above us. We're going to climb away from these woods up onto the open moorland and make our way to one of Lancashire's most iconic landmarks, Darwen Tower. The reward from up there is one of the best panoramic views in the entire northwest, and as if that weren't enough, we'll finish the day by finding an almost hidden waterfall on the way back. This isn't just a walk, it's a proper journey through the heart of Lancashire's countryside.
So what's the plan? Our route today is more of a classic loop, and it's pretty much a tale of two halves. We're kicking things off from here in Roddlesworth Information Centre car park, which is free. And from here, we're going to begin the main ascent. And the first path is going to lead us up onto the exposed West Pennine Way. Well, hopefully, we'll reach something called the Jubilee Tower. After taking in the views from the tower, we're going to loop back, dropping across the moor and into these woods to find our final place of interest for today, Roddlesworth Waterfall. And then heading back around something called Upper Roddlesworth Reservoir and back to the car park. So all in all, I think it's going to be about 6.5 miles today. It should be a decent walk. Let's get on. So the path really starts to climb almost immediately. As we climb, all of the views start opening up over Darwen and the rest of Lancashire. So, although you can really start to feel the wind pick up here, the views really open up and you can see for quite a way. And then you get the first sight of it, little silhouette on the ridge. Just up there. You're probably not going to make it out on there. But with every step we move forward, Darwen Tower reveals a little bit more about itself. I mean, you can't miss it. It really does sort of stick out on the skyline. But Darwen Tower isn't just a landmark, it's more of a symbol in these neck of the woods. It's finished in 1898 for Queen Victoria's Jubilee, hence the Jubilee Tower. But just as importantly as it being built for the Jubilee, it was also built to celebrate a victory of the people in this very area and reflects a long fight to get the right to roam where I'm going to walk today. So knowing that makes every step you take on this route, you start to realise who fought for your right to do this, and they did fight for it. So it kind of makes the route a little bit more special. And from what I can see from the tower from here, it's quite impressive. Built in local stone to help withstand all the weather that this peak undoubtedly gets all year round. Quite the scramble, that. Deceptive on the map. Oh well. Onwards and upwards. Not sure if you can hear it or not, but the wind's really picked up here. Really has. Oh. And just like that, it appears. When you finally get up here and you arrive at the tower, you can really appreciate just how rugged it is. Apparently it stands 85 foot tall and it's sat at an altitude of 1,220 feet above sea level. But I'm led to believe the real magic is inside. So, to demonstrate just how windy it is up here, firstly, my fleece has gone straight on, and secondly, just had the drone up. You'll see the footage in a second. Now my drone can withstand up to 25 mile an hour gusts, and it struggled to stay in the air, it struggled to stay central. So it's a bit blowy, but you know what, the climb is really worth it. But it's not finished yet. You can actually climb the tower, so let's go and have a look. So, just before I get right up to the dome, I think there's a viewing thing. I mentioned before that there was a fight for a right to roam, and there was back in around about the 1890s. The Ashton family, I think they were called, tried to ban everyone from being up there. And there was a big fight, and eventually in about 1896 the rights were passed to something called the Darwen Corporation, so back to the council or whatever. And then they had a massive procession up here, sort of to rub their nose in the Ashton family, saying up yours. So since then, whilst other areas of the country struggled for rights away, the people of Darwen and Lancashire have had the right to roam up here since about the 1890s. It's good for them. Right, I'll warn you all now, I'm probably not staying out here long. Jesus. I have to take my word for it. There are 360 views from up here, and you can see for miles. The weather is a bit rubbish today, but I believe that on really good days you can see all the way out to the Isle of Man. You can see up, and I think you can just about make out the hills of the Lake District. And apparently you can also see out to the hills of Wales. Not today, but the views are spectacular. As is this funny little dome thing. More about that in a sec.
A few moments later.
Right, I'm back, change the battery. Not mine, obviously, GoPros. But anyway, yeah, this dome, apparently, in a big gale force wind back in about 1947, the original one blew off. It had a fiberglass replacement, and that blew off in 2010 as well. So the current one I'm stood in is a stainless steel one, and it was winched into place by helicopter in 2012. And I think that just goes to demonstrate what this means to the people of Lancashire and Darwen, that they just persist in making sure this looks and stays as close to it as it always was. But now it's time to get down off this tower, back onto that open moorland. Let's head off the hill and down into the woods.
After soaking in those views, it's time to head back down. We won't retrace our steps completely. Instead, we'll take a path that loops us back towards the woods from a different angle. The path leads us across the open moor for a little while longer, through patches of cotton grass and heather. The bird life here, I'm told, is special. If you're quiet, you might just hear the distinctive call of a curlew or see a skylark soaring high into the air. It's a wilder, more untamed landscape than the managed woods below. That contrast is what makes this route so good. We go from the wide open, windswept moor into the comforting shelter of the trees. The path gets steeper as we drop into the valley, and soon the sound of the wind is replaced by something new.
Wasn't on my route, but I spotted it on the map and I thought I'd go and have a look anyway. Interesting little place. The ruins of something called Hollinshead Hall. Not much there, but breaks the monotony of walking, doesn't it? Right, let's go and see if we can find this waterfall, eh? I mean, come on. I don't want to sound ungrateful. If that's it, it's pretty and everything. But was it really worth the extra mileage? What else have you got to do on a Thursday, mate? Alright, that's a bit better. So from the waterfall, just a nice gentle walk back through the woods, around the reservoir, back to the car. What a walk so far. Great views from the tower, a rather windy walk along the moors, a quick circle around the peaceful reservoir and the waterfall. It's a route that shows off all of Lancashire's landscapes all in one little walk. It's got its tough moments for sure, especially the climb up to the tower, but every bit of that effort up is paid in full when you get to the top and you see those views. So I hope you enjoyed our little visit here today in Lancashire and the Darwen Tower. If you did, why not consider giving me a little like and maybe consider subscribing. It's free and it really helps the channel. I'd love to know if you've done this walk and if you've got any suggestions for other walks in the area that maybe I should be doing. If so, why not drop me a comment and let me know. Other than that, it's been quite pleasant. Let's get back to the car. Oh, I'm not sure it is. That's quite low, isn't it? That's really low. Trials and tribulations of a hiker. Part 19. The route that I'd planned was going to take me over the reservoir. The big wall bit. Turns out that's just for anglers. There is a footpath about 200 metres past that on your right, which should bring you back on the route. Ah well. Almost back at the car. 6.5 miles. Over 3 and a bit hours. Quite a pleasant walk, to be honest. Rather enjoyed it. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming along. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.